And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. I'm Gary Kaltbaum, your host. Hey, thanks for being with us today. Glad you're here, ladies and gentlemen. Happy that you are listening. It is the 29th of January. 30 days have September, April, June, and November. So there's 31 days, but tomorrow's the last day of the month. Hope you're having a good day. I'm feeling much better. I got to tell you, I got hit with, I don't know what it was. I had to sleep for 24 hours. That's basically how bad it was. But I'm feeling much, much better. Don't sound so great, but much, much better. Ladies and gentlemen, this is serious talk about everything that affects you. We'll do the markets, the economy, your job, your industry, the Morlocks in D.C., and boy, oh boy, are they Morlocks. Do you know we may have another government shutdown tomorrow? I didn't even realize that. Do they hate us? Have you ever thought of that? That they just all hate us? That they're going through another deal so we don't shut down? That's just going to add another couple of $1 trillion to our debt in the next year, no matter what. They really do hate us, don't they? All of them. I know those of you who love Trump, no, he hates us. Biden, he hated us. They just use us. We may shut down again, which whatever that means. Anyway, we'll do the markets. And I got a couple things off the top that I want to talk about, and a crazy day in the market. I'm actually going to tell you how proud I was of myself today after castigating myself many times over recent weeks. I'll explain. And if you do not get this radio show in your city, we'll post it at GaryK.com. We'll also post it on our X feed. And you don't follow us on X, you should. We'll also post it on BizTV podcast apps. If you'd like to email me, just be nice. That's all. I'm just going to read something to you. And this is why we tell you got to be real careful. And this is not a rip on the company. I don't know the company. I'm just telling you what's reported. Symbol RR. It's called Rich Tech. Very little in sales. A few days ago announces a collaboration with Microsoft to advance agentic AI in real-world robotics applications. Symbol RR. Got that? The stock was just 2 days ago. Went from 4 to 560 on that announcement, which came from the company. Yesterday, they announced a $38.7 million private placement priced at the market under NASDAQ rules. Today, 2 days later, Microsoft says there is nothing. Denied any commercial relationship with Rich Tech after claims of a close collaboration. So always watch out. By the way, we're just reporting what's said here. Just reporting. A $4 stock goes to $5.60. The next day they do a private placement of stock. The next day Microsoft says, there ain't nothing there. Now I gather those that bought Rich Tech on that news, there's going to be a class action lawyer on it. Or at least investigating it. And that's how these things work. Welcome to my market. And by the way, the company has very little in sales. This is part of what we've been trying to tell you for ages about quality, and be careful about if something has no sales, be careful. Because as we always tell you, eventually they all go back to where they came from if they continue to have no sales. Now, you want a crazy market today? Well, let me give you the highs of the market today. The Dow hit 48,597 on the low. It closed at 49,071. About 480 points off the lows. Finished up 55. We were down about 420, 425 at the lows. But that's nothing. And the Dow remains in range at the end of the day, and very good finish. The NASDAQ at the low today was 23,232. 23,232. It finished at 23,685. It was down 620 points at one time today, finished only down 172. The NASDAQ 100 did about the same, and a very nice close. And a very nice close on the day. We are pending Apple's earnings, KLA 10 Core, well, it's now KLA, Western Digital. So a few important names are still to report. Unbelievable day. Gold. I'm just going to give you the symbol GLD. The symbol GLD opened at 509. At 1040 was 468. You know what kind of a drop that is in gold? It finished at 497. And it was up on the day. Wild swings in gold. Silver did about the same. Wild. The semiconductors. You want wild? The stocks hit 8,020. Around 1040. Make that 1110. The stocks finished up 13 at 83.20. 310 points off the lows to finish up 13 points. It's stunning. That's the best way I can explain it to you. It's stunning. What a day. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Got a few earnings reports coming out right now. We'll get it to you after what I have to bring up, and that's software. Microsoft, and this is almost good news, finished down $48. Make it 49. It was down 60. What segment of the market have we been warning you about? Software. It worsened today. We did a couple of scans today and put them on webcast for our peeps today, showing the software deeper into a bearish phase. And we said early, well, the semis had better keep going. The semis had better keep going. And they did. And that's what helped the NASDAQ today. Software didn't really budge much. Bounced a little at the end. But it's not just Microsoft. SAP, the big German software company, down $36 today. 15% on their earnings. Salesforce.com, another 14. Oracle, well, only down about 4. was down 8, but it's down from 345. And then all the other software names, just in deep doo-doo. Whether it's an Autodesk in the A or Workdays in the W's, all mauled in bear markets. Notwithstanding bounces, it remains in a void. Up next, what else we seeing? This is the one and only Investor's Edge. And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. So, some Bafo stuff. You ready? SanDisk. They raised their estimates last go-round to, I think it was about 350, 360. Way up. They came in at 620 earnings. Stunning. Gargantuan. Amazing. Ready for this? Expectations for the coming quarter that they're in, $5.11. They said they're going to do $12 to $14. Holy crap. Gargantuan. SanDisk closed up 11 today and is up another $79. That is stunning. KLAC reported Met estimates at first look was down $70. It's now down $7, if at all. Well, that changed. And of course, with SanDisk, you got Micron moving a little bit more. They kind of move in tandem. Micron was flat today, is up $18 in the aftermarket. We're talking about 4 or 5%. Western Digital reported, raised their numbers, up about $6 to $284. Keep in mind, that's already had a pretty darn good move. I do not have the Apple numbers in yet. I believe Visa reported. I got it down $3 in the aftermarket. No, make that 6. MasterCard had a good day today. On their earnings was up $22. So some stunning reports in the aftermarket. Yeah, KLAC's moving around. It's down $25 now. The big story is the data, the storage. And this SanDisk. May I say damn? What else? Bitcoin. I'm often asked, what's the matter with the Bitcoin? Here's what I really think. Fear and greed. That's what I think. This would be my good guess and best guess. Fear and greed. And what do we mean by that? It's pretty simple. The Bitcoiners are watching gold and silver doing what they are doing. They are watching their Bitcoins and other coins drop very badly, especially the MicroStrategy, which went into another new low today. What do you think they tend to do? Move on elsewhere. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. That would be my good guess. You have to remember, no earnings, no sales, no products, no services. Simple as that. No earnings, no sales, No products, no services. There's nothing to back Bitcoin up except fear and greed. And of course, that goes for the other coins, whatever these things are. Ethereum and some of the others. And I must tell you, I had a quick glance. There are a bunch of them that have been destroyed. A lot of 80s and 90s. I hope you're being careful, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are being careful. If anything changes with the crypto, we shall alert you. By the way, the KLAC is now back down 70, 80 bucks. It went from down 80 to down 7. It's now down 80 again. But it's not affecting really the other things. Just a wild day today. And yet, let me tell you what I'm proud of. In the past, I would take today to lop things off, but not once did things break the 50-day moving average, so I held. And they held. Now, very easily, it could have worsened. That's when I would have sold. So we're good until tomorrow. We'll see what comes next. Just a wild day. There's also a potential government shutdown, which is meaningless. But they'll make it big. They're bad, they're bad, they're bad. They all suck. Just remember my motto, they all suck. Many people have come around to realize that. They're all just marketers and con artists telling you what they're going to do for you, like you can't do for yourself. Just remember all that. By the way, I have KLAC. Ooh, I have it down 160 bucks now. Is that correct? Yeah. Taking a look. Yeah, 150. Excuse me. We'll see what that means. Big story today was Facebook. They call it Meta now. Very good reaction to earnings. Very nice. Up 69 bucks. 10% on almost 3 times average. Opened up at 744, went as low as 716 when the market got hit, closed at 735. We'll look to see if it sets up well. We think there's going to be more to come out of that one. And that's a little bit of that. Just wild swings and watching gold trade like a penny stock today. That's what happens when you get so far away from the norm. Anything's possible. By the way, Decker's reported up 15% in the aftermarket. That stock had been destroyed. Up next, what do we got for you? We'll figure it out. I'm Gary. This is the one and only Investor's Edge. Da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na. And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. Thanks for joining. I got to tell you, today was one of those crazy days. And I think we'll probably get a little bit of that tomorrow with some of the swings we're seeing in the aftermarket right now. And we're still waiting on Mr. Apple. And I have absolutely no idea what comes of that. One of the greatest stories of business in my lifetime. They just got another $9.99 a month out of me. They said I didn't have enough whatever to store my whatever. Or something like that. So I paid it. And I'm finding out. I had this Google thing. I think it started at $10. I'm now paying $40. So I'm calling them up this weekend. All right, what is this $40? It just seems things keep getting raised and raised and raised, and I'm finding out after the fact. The GoDaddies, the Microsofts, no, you pay them a certain amount each month for certain things. It seems like every few months I'm paying more. It's like health insurance. And I'm pretty sure that's going on with the streaming also. Oil prices. Just letting you know they were up another $2 today. At the pump in a couple of weeks, if nothing changes, you're going to see a little bit of sticker shock. In case you don't know, in the last 3 days, oil prices are up 9%. That will be hit at the pump. Just letting you know. I was watching the president today. Man, I don't understand him. A great rule of thumb as a politician: don't overpromise. And boy, is he talking up a big game. Wow. As you know, I do the shopping here. He said today, oh, prices are down across the board. It's not even close to true. What was one of our main complaints of Biden? Inflation is contained. Everything's fine. Transitory. I got news for the president. Inflation has come down. Oh, by the other thing he says was, inflation has come down big time since he came in. It was already down big time. He's going to lose votes by looking into the camera and saying prices are down. I can tell you there's some prices that are down. Oil prices have come down in the last bunch of months, but they're going to be right back up now. Eggs are down. I can tell you. Paper goods aren't. Chocolate isn't. Meat isn't. A crap load of stuff. Insurance isn't. Rent isn't. Electricity isn't. So he can talk to all his best buddies and the group of people that love him. We're going to have Speaker of the House Hakeem Jeffries in November. And I guess they get put in January. And the next day they will start impeachment proceedings. Because they like impeaching. You all know what I'm talking about, right? You pay the bills. Do you know I know people that are making $100,000 a year and they can't make ends meet? $100,000 a year. And they tell me how and why. Look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. Car insurance, health insurance, home insurance. I'll tell you what's come down big in price. Diamonds. Diamonds are in a bear market, if you're into diamonds. I'm not a jewelry guy. So just letting you know. I say this on TV, and you know how when I'm on TV, I say, if I had the president's ear in hopes he's listening. Because the president won. Because everybody was listening to Kamala Harris BS everybody. It's going to be an interesting next bunch of months, ladies and gentlemen, as we head into November. I have the Marxist Party winning 30 to 40 seats in the House. I don't think they get the Senate, though, just because of the makeup, but you never know. That'll depend on where we are in a bunch of months. They listened to me. They've backed away from what they were doing in Minneapolis. I told them, it's your job to lower the temperature and stop picking up anybody, anywhere, just because. And they announced that. Little logic goes a long way. Seriously. A little logic goes a long way. Commodities, another good day. Oil prices, big reversal in gold and silver today. From, how about double reversal? Open hot, crumble, and then get back midpoint. By the way, KLAC, what'd I say to you? It went from down 80 back to down 7 to down 150. It's only down 70 right now. Excuse me. Welcome to my world of aftermarket. Bond market cooperating. But watch them oil prices. Another problem the administration has is saying, no, we're good for a strong dollar. But everything they do and say has weak dollar on it. The president again called for 1% Fed funds rate, which would be a huge mistake. And due to the fact that was something I nailed with Powell, they should listen. Hey, I got Apple up $6 in the aftermarket. Haven't seen the earnings yet. No, only $3. Now $6. That'll help things in the morning. Let's see if it holds. Apple stock has done nothing in 11 months. But is up a little bit in the aftermarket. I don't see the numbers as of yet. But the market's reacting to it. And again, one of the greatest business stories of all time. I still remember they came out with the iPod and I said, it's just going to be a Walkman. Apple, 284 versus 267 estimates, because they always beat. That's 284 versus 240. That's 44 on 240. It's about, I'm going to say 17% earnings growth. We'll do the sales up next. On this, the one and only Investor's Edge. So I got Apple up $8 in the aftermarket, 3% and change. And for this size company, that's a big $8. And it looks like a little acceleration of earnings and sales. Actually, for this size company, decently sized acceleration for earnings and sales. Up $9 in the aftermarket now. And still moving. That'll help things tomorrow. The stock has been on the dead money side. Make that $10 in the aftermarket. Good for them. So lots of jello moving on the plate. I got KLA back down 100. SanDisk up. $60 in the aftermarket. Lifting a few other things. Visa, I got down $6. And Western Digital, I got that actually down $3 or $4 now. Decker's up 15. And boy, that stock's been gone. Decker's has dropped from $224 down to $99. That's the UGG boots. What else stood out to me today? Southwest Airlines. Earnings are only up 4%. Revenues are only up 7%. Stock was up 18% to new yearly high. Guidance was better. Nice, strong airline stock. Royal Caribbean. Up $54 on the acceleration of sales and earnings. Back, getting close to the old highs. And the stock was actually on the weak side. I haven't been on a cruise in a very long time. I am looking for how much Royal Caribbean reports in line, but EPS above consensus going forward. So the expectation was to be pretty good. So another wicked day. A very noisy Washington, D.C. today. Whether or not they shut Washington, don't know. The president also said he has sent an armada towards Iran. Apple's only up $4 now. Things all over the map. The president is telegraphing an armada towards Iran. What the hell does that mean? Which brings up the next subject as we circle back to oil prices. Go look up the Straits of Hormuz, or the Strait of Hormuz, and the amount of oil that goes in there, goes through there. If ever that got blocked or shut, big spike in oil prices. And I gather oil definitively is spiking because of that. The story goes the president threatened Iran on executing people there. The president came out and said they decided not to. That was not true. There's talk of 20 to 30,000 dead in Iran. Interesting, no protests at the colleges on the Iranian government killing their own people. Isn't that interesting? I don't hear any celebrities calling genocide on Iran. If it ain't the Jews, it ain't news. That's what goes down with these people. Circling back, big indices. Had a chance to gag today. Held well. And my one line today was the semiconductors better pick up the slack for the software or else. And they did. The software mostly remained way down. Bearish phase, bear market, whatever you want to call it. And for the NASDAQ 100, they better hope. They better hope that the data storage, the semiconductor equipment, other semis Stay in good form. Because it is a complete avoid. Complete avoid. Notwithstanding bounces that you can get at any time in software. As trend is down. And got worse today. Circling back to the crypto. If it takes out the last, 10 weeks lows, look out. Make that 11 weeks. We say look out because of the leverage and MicroStrategy. That was down another 15 today. And we'll say again to you, you're welcome on MicroStrategy. We warned you. We almost pleaded that if Bitcoin went down, this could be a 3-for-1. And because of the leverage, it is. That all said, should be another interesting day tomorrow with these aftermarket reports. You have a great evening. Drive carefully. And when you get home, do like we do. Make sure you hug your family, hug your children. They will feel better. You will feel better, I promise. Stay well, be well. Until tomorrow, peace out. Bye-bye.